Hello and welcome to the VTAC application screencast. Today we're going to walk you through the process of creating your VTAC profile. The VTAC process broadly consists of 3 steps. The first is creating your VTAC account and completing your profile. If you have not yet created your VTAC account, please see part 1 of this series. The second step is submitting your course application and preferences. The third is applying for equity schemes and scholarships. Today we'll be focusing on creating your VTAC profile. To access your VTAC account, click on the Login button in the top right-hand corner of the VTAC website. Then enter your login details, so email address and password. As part of keeping your VTAC account secure, VTAC will need to authenticate your identity. There are 3 options. The first is your phone by SMS, the second is email, the third is through an authenticator app. I'll click on phone number and continue. Now I'll click on the blue Send Code button. VTAC will send me a code to the mobile phone number I listed when creating my account. Okay, there it is. I'll just enter and click Verify Code. Okay, now I'm in the account. So the first step in completing the profile is just telling VTAC a little bit about ourselves. So we'll begin by clicking on Personal Details. The first thing we'll see is preloaded information from the details we gave before when creating the account. Underneath, we'll need to set our education status. There are a few options, but I'll select I am currently studying / recently completed Year 12. The question here on the right-hand side is only relevant for students completing their VCE on the Northern Hemisphere timetable and are applying mid-year. Now, if you've studied under a different name, for example, if you've changed your surname, you'll need to enter those details here just so we know which records to access on your behalf. Now, in the next section, we'll ask if you're of Aboriginal or Torres Strait Islander descent, and for details on your gender and your family's education background. We collect this information for statistical reasons, so we provide statistics to the Department of Education, but we'll also use this information to automatically apply any special consideration for which you may be eligible under this sort of criteria under VTAC's equity schemes. Okay, so the first question is about Aboriginal or Torres Strait Islander descent, then gender. Then we'll ask if you're a current or former member of the Australian Defence Force. Education background relates to your family's education, so you'll need to answer questions about your primary and secondary carers, meaning your parents, guardians, or other carers. The highest level of education for both primary and secondary carer applies to studies both in Australia and outside of Australia. It is also based on attendance, not necessarily completion. So if somebody started a bachelor degree but didn't finish, you'll select bachelor degree. Then you'll be asked if you have any siblings that have attended university. Next, you'll need to answer your country of citizenship and of birth. Now, the option for Australia is right at the top of each drop-down list. Okay, then we'll ask about the language you mostly speak at home, and as English will be the most common answer, that will be at the top of the list. After this, we'll ask you about your Unique Student Identifier, or USI. Your USI is your lifelong education number and a federal government requirement. You'll need it to complete your profile, but thankfully getting one is a straightforward task which only takes a minute or 2. If you don't have one, click on the Get One Now link to go to the USI website and retrieve yours. We already have ours, so we'll enter it here. Now you'll need to provide your current living location. First begin with country, then enter your address and select it from the corresponding menu. I'll go ahead and enter VTAC's old address in South Melbourne. Okay, so you'll need to tell us how long you have lived at this address. If you've lived there for 2 years or under, you'll be prompted to enter your previous address in the same way as above. We need to understand the time you lived in your current and/or former address, as this information is used for the equity scheme assessment. If you have a different mailing address, you can enter it here. Lastly, if you're planning to move or have already moved to undertake tertiary study, you can tell us here along with your intention to reside on campus. Okay, so that's done. We'll click Submit, which will save all of the information we've entered and then return us to the VTAC account dashboard. If any of these details change, you can come back and update this information. And that's the end of part 2, creating your VTAC profile and personal details. For the next step in the process, you can watch part 3, completing your VTAC profile education history, which can be completed from the 3rd of August, along with the course application, preferences, and applications for equity schemes and scholarships. Thanks for watching.